Hi, my name is Sarah, and my groupmates are Ariana and Vanessa. We decided to do our toolkit presentation on symbolic losses related to adult chronic illnesses because they are things that affect us, either directly or through our relationships, and we feel that they need and deserve more attention than what they are currently receiving. As stated in our toolkit, everyone at one point in his or her life will experience a symbolic loss, and yet many of these losses often go unacknowledged. In our toolkit, we hope to not only raise awareness about symbolic losses and explain what they are, but also give good, reliable information for those who are currently experiencing a loss about ways to cope and information about where they can seek help if they need it. In this presentation, I will be talking about the literature that we reviewed on best practices. Ariana will talk about different organizations that are available in which people who are experiencing grief can go to if they need further help. And Vanessa will talk about some tools and activities which are available for people that might help with coping with symbolic losses related to adult chronic illnesses. Thank you. So, as stated before, I am going to be talking about the literature that we reviewed about the best practices that can help grief related to symbolic loss related to chronic illness. So, there are many symbolic losses which are associated with chronic illness. Some examples are loss of self, loss of role identity, loss of bodily function, loss of bodily integrity, loss of independence, loss of control, loss of self-esteem, loss of security, and loss of familiarity or routine. Because chronic illness is such a broad subject, and different chronic illnesses may lead to some symbolic losses that others may not, we try to focus on practices that could be used by anyone suffering from any symbolic loss related to any chronic illness. There is not a lot of research out there on symbolic losses, so some of these practices were applied from literature of tangible losses. According to the literature, talking to others, improving problem-solving skills, doing cognitive techniques such as cognitive existential group therapy, keeping and changing routines, and creating grief rituals are all great ways to cope with symbolic loss related to adult chronic illness.
Hello, my name is Ariana, and today in our toolkit we would like to provide you with 5 different organizations that help people cope with symbolic loss related to chronic illness. The first one I'd like to briefly describe is Rare Connect. This website offers educational information on research and treatments related to all kinds of different illnesses. Here you can read through articles published by medical professionals. You can connect with people from all around the world seeking support, and you can choose a conversation to join or start a new one based on the disease that you are going through. Another organization is called the Alzheimer's Association. This organization provides a 24-hour hotline, educational and counseling sessions for people and their loved ones, and also gives people the opportunity to volunteer for different events. The third resource we have provided is called Lisa's Care Connection. This is located in Beverly Hills, and it provides education for caregivers that are taking care of sick loved ones. It provides additional resources and education, and also focuses on strengthening caregiving skills and giving people the strength and self-confidence to get through this new life that they are starting. The fourth resource we have provided is called Chronic Babe. This is a more modern, hip take on a support group. It's specifically for young women, and it gives them the chance to talk and give each other advice. And the advice isn't approved by professionals, but people are encouraged to take what advice they like and any tips and provide and apply it to their own lives. Alma Family Services is the last resource that we that we have provided here for you. And it has a wide range of professionals ready to support and empower people that are seeking help. Services aren't limited to symbolic loss and chronic illness. People also come here for support when they're going through a divorce or an addiction or have certain behavioral problems. And it is available to people of all ages. So hopefully with this information that we have come up with, you or your loved ones will be able to start on that new path towards healthy coping.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Quintero, and as Sarah has explained, I'm going to be talking about the different tools that are available for individuals who are enduring symbolic loss due to chronic illness. So, two main points that I'm going to touch upon are the looking for support and stress management. So, looking for support basically surrounds the idea of reaching out to different individuals with related illnesses or individuals who are available to listen about their different losses or how they're feeling based on their diagnosis. So some particular resources that were found in our research were YouTube channels that, for instance, Jennifer Reynolds, who basically talks about preparing for holidays with chronic illness, and she focuses on getting a good night rest and different little tools that are used for individuals who have fibromyalgia. And these mechanisms are used to help them have a better holiday and to enjoy their time with their family. Since most of these individuals are in pain or feel like they're missing out based on holidays and important events due to their illness. So these are little ways that these individuals can be more part of their life again. And there are also blogs that are talking about people who have different illnesses, such as chronic illness blogger sites that talk about overcoming chronic illness and releasing emotional blocks. Two particular blogs that were talked about in our toolkit were A Life Well Read, which basically focuses on a safe place to learn and cope with chronic illness, and A Butterfly Flaps Its Wings, which speaks about overcoming chronic illness by releasing emotional blocks. Support groups also that are not on the internet are also available, and such as a support program for chronic illness that focuses on chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia with Linda Hall, and she also has a YouTube channel, but basically talks about different mechanisms that can be used to overcome their illness or symbolic losses due to illness. So she speaks about meditation, but that will go on to my next point. So the next point is stress management, and stress management focuses more on releasing the different parts of their life that they can no longer control, and one of these huge resources is the PAC-IC, which is Patient Assessment Care for Chronic Conditions, and this allows individuals who have chronic illness have more control or have an idea of control by talking about how their health care providers can improve their chronic care. Also, decreasing the amount of stress, letting go of unnecessary obligations can ultimately help with their stress management. And as I had discussed about meditation techniques, and according to meditation techniques, mindfulness helps relieve stress, which contributes to decreasing anxiety, pain, stress, depression, and enhances mood and self-esteem based on studies. So in the end, these tools can be used to help people who are enduring losses due to their chronic illness, symbolic loss, or even physical losses based on their chronic illness. Thank you.
Our toolkit will be available online for those seeking education and support pertaining to symbolic loss. Resources that are supplied give educational information, but also tell people where they can go to seek help from professionals and peers that are ready to provide the best help possible. And because there isn't a lot of readily available information out there on the internet for symbolic loss pertaining to chronic illnesses, hopefully what we have researched and given in our toolkit, people can implement the information, and their caregivers or people simply curious about this topic can become a little bit more educated.